involuntarily to escape Israeli massacres and were prevented by force from returning to the Shatila massacre. And the Sabra and Shatila massacre cemetery remains in appalling condition, a barren lot that says nothing about how and why 2,000 unarmed Palestinian civilians were killed. Lebanese exclusionary policies have led to a Palestinian chronic social immobility and structural conditions that support the emergence of generations of young people with high rates of dropping out of school and high rates of unemployment. In public discourse and political rhetoric, Palestinians are pathologized, and the common sense association between prolonged exclusionary policies and poverty is completely ignored.
The Palestinians took part in the civil war. All Lebanese factions and all Lebanese sects took part in the Lebanese civil war as well. I think, one of the things that will help the Palestinian civil rights campaign a lot is really to begin to engage Lebanese people and not to keep it limited to Palestinians, because Palestinians actually have a lot less social capital in order to push or to realize civil rights, and they need the support of Lebanese who are on their side.
So the outcome of this is that Palestinians in Lebanon are now in a dependency relationship with international and local NGOs. Whereas NGOs can be seen as a sign of development of civil society and community participation, in this context they are also a sign of deterioration and increased dependency.
I think it would be positive for Palestinians to participate in the anti-sectarian, Lebanese anti-sectarian movement, because a lot of the arguments that are against granting Palestinians civil rights are justified through sectarian politics. Lebanese politicians compete with each other over who can prevent or who can deny Palestinians of rights more than other politicians. So I think once sectarianism is weakened, then these arguments will not be viable, and this will be beneficial to Palestinians. Of course, it will definitely be beneficial to Lebanon and to young Lebanese generations who are looking for jobs and for opportunities and who don't want to be blocked by sectarian structure.
If you look at Lebanese politics and you see how dependent Hezbollah is on the alliance with the Arab party, you don't see any immediate breakthrough as likely in their position. They have to keep that alliance. For example, they're in Lebanese politics, basically not in regional politics.
I think the new government, like the old government, are entrenched in sectarian politics, and I think there needs to be a total break from sectarianism if Lebanon is going to move forward.